welcome back to the channel. My name's Annie and this is my creative detour. Today we're going on with the full deck challenge that is run by Shana at ShanoukiArt, and today's challenge is to do another card that is the prompt is yellow. So you can see that I've done the red one and I've done the orange one, and now we're going on to the yellow one. I am going to do it a little bit differently today. I spent way too long editing the video for this one, so I just thought I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to do quite a bit of prep, getting things ready, and I'll just video and chat while I make it, and that will be what will happen. I have pulled out some things in yellow. I pulled out obviously a paint swatch, which is the continuing element that I have to carry through every week. I also pulled in the element that, or the something that had to come back on today's card from the last card. So I put some orange card from a paint swatch, and I pulled out a modernist painting print from this collection, the Bauhaus collection. I went looking for yellows in my stash and I didn't have very many, to be honest. But I was inspired by this grid design here, and it's actually it's inspired by the artist Piet Mondrian, and he was an artist in the modernist movement and did paintings in primary colors, mainly in grid and very structured shapes. As you can see, I've cut that little face out of here, and the face has a bit of a take on that as well. So I'm going to use this as my inspiration and this page here, and I'm going to create my own little grid pattern, but in yellows, pinks and oranges. So here's my prep. We'll get started. I'm going to pull out a card, shuffle the cards, and throw out a card out of the deck. And we have the 4 of clubs. So I'll just see that that works okay, and it does. I've cut this so that I can glue it down and get started. So I'll just pull in my resources. Take the lid off my jar. I always have a jar of water but with a lid on it, so that if I bump it on my desk, it doesn't all tip everywhere. I have been finding the editing process quite enjoyable. However, I don't find it enjoyable if I lose my files. So you can see here that I've just stuck down a black base. I'm wanting to get a black background so that I can stick some shapes onto it. I've already pre-cut the orange. I'm thinking that this is going to go reasonably quickly, and I don't know a lot about modernist artists. I did study art at school, but I didn't do art in my qualifications. I am a interior designer by trade. That's my background, and I used to teach interior design and building design, and I used to teach architectural illustration. We did sketching, perspective drawings, watercolors, things like that. So I do enjoy doing art in some form, but fairly low stress, low pared back, fairly basic. My kind of take on it is, I think I probably enjoy collage the best, and playing with different mixed media, giving things a go, mixing it up, taking a detour. which is where the name of the channel came from. I'm going to glue this one down. And I haven't been working as a designer for quite a while. I did retire very early due to some issues with my eyes, sight issues, which stopped me from working. But I have since gone back to doing some work in retail. What else can I tell you that I haven't had a chance to talk about? You can see that if you look at some of the videos on the channel, you can see that it is a new channel. I only started it really in mid-December. It was set up a little bit earlier than that, but no videos were loaded up. And so I've really only been going for a month or so. And I surprisingly am enjoying the filming and the editing process, but I think more the creative side of it rather than the technical side of it, getting everything to work, all of the different things to work is not ideal. Okay, there we go. We're just now waiting for that little one there to dry, and he's not wanting to, but that's okay. We'll get to that. He will dry eventually. All right, so you can see that it's kind of coming together. I've got a little bit of ink, glue on it here and there, but that will come off once it dries. I can erase it off. I'm going to now put on my little face. Actually, I might trim it down first. Just cut the excess paper off. I might get some black soot out actually and ink the edges in black soot just to take away that white edge. I stumbled across Shana's challenge again. I did see it maybe a few years ago and thought to myself, oh, I'd like to do that one day. Hadn't got around to committing to it. So I am enjoying it. It is going to be quite a big commitment, I think, really, doing one every week. Other things pop up that you want to do, and things take longer than you think they were going to take to make. But nevertheless, here we are. We're giving it a go. And this is my take on yellow. So I'm liking this. I'm liking the structure of it. And I am going to have to get some serious glue to stick this down. I pulled this picture out first of all because it has yellow on it, but second of all because it had that Mondrian grid sort of influence on the face. Like there was, a little bit of that happening. I liked that. I liked that that this. I'm not sure whether this is by a particular artist or whether Stamp Area has changed the colours on it to something else. Some of you out there might know that are artists, but I liked that, and I'm going to do a few scratchy lines on it just to put a bit of shadowing, and I also want to build up some of the information on the face. Then I'm going to put on a sentiment. Now, I really love the sentiments by Tim Holtz. And I've got a couple of his books. I've got the Small Talk here. I'll pop that to the side. But my favourite one is the Snarky. I absolutely love the Snarky, and every time I read it, it doesn't matter how many times I read this, I end up bursting out in laughter, usually by myself, which, I'm laughing away by myself. But they're just so funny. They're all the things that you sometimes might feel like you'd like to say, but you're not brave enough to say it, or it's not socially polite to say it. So for one I'm going to pull out is this one here. I'm sorry, did I roll my eyes out loud? And this little character here is rolling their eyes. So I'm going to put that sentiment on. I think I'll do it in the black. I should read a few to you. This one here. It's a beautiful day to leave me alone. What else have we got here? Hey, train wreck, this isn't your station. Where's the one that says, who left the bag of idiots open? So you can kind of get the gist of where it's going. Like it's it's very sarcastic, and it, it's not something that you would be able to give to everybody. But for this application, it's perfect. I can put this on here and just think, yep, this little person is rolling their eyes. I'm not sure why, but I'm going to use that for sure. So it says, I'm sorry, did I roll my eyes out loud? And the answer would be yes. So I'm going to cut it after the comma. I'm sorry. And probably after the my. And I just don't know whether I want it straight because everything else is so straight on there, or whether I want to put it on a little bit of an angle just to break up the straightness of everything. I'm sure there's some of you out there going, put it straight. And there's others of you are going, put it on an angle. Let's think about that while we do the back. Okay, I'm just going to cut down a little piece of this yellow that I've got, and I'll just cut that down. And we'll put some paint, I think, on the back. I did the wrong thing before, and I used some art glitter glue underneath the front section. I should have probably used some PVA. Right. So turn that around so that the darker side is on the right hand side, heading off the page as we read it. I actually quite like the text on a bit of a slant, to be honest. All right, I think I'll do a few scratchy lines on that. And I think I'm going to leave those on an angle. Let's stamp the back of it. And it is the 22nd of January. Oh, stamp down the bottom. Maybe just here. There we go. And there we have it. I'll just let that dry a little bit on the back. There's my little take on the modernist grid pattern artwork, and using the carried over orange and the adding a little bit of pink in there. I don't know what I'm going to use to actually, what I might use is a little bit of glossy accents, just so that I have got a few things that I potentially could carry over next time. For those of you that are part of the challenge, you know that we have to carry over something. So I might just put on the red eyes some glossy accents to give it a little bit of dimension. That will dry. At the moment it's milky, you can probably see that it's milky, but it will give it a little bit of dimension on the eyes. But that's my my yellow card, so I'll just bring in the other ones. So quite a different look than the previous ones that I've done, but something a bit different. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching the process today, and it was a different way of doing it, so we'll see how it goes with the editing, but I really appreciate you watching, and if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. So I look forward to seeing you again on card number 4. Bye for now.